Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. So I wanted to do a video. I've been wanting to do this video since Friday. I kind of had a little aha epiphany moment Friday with a card. And I want to share that with you guys. I've been stalking this card, I realized, for a little bit now. A lot this year. Kind of like the Five of Wands stalked me for almost 2 full years. The Five of Pentacles, I've turned around now and stalked, apparently. So that's the card I'm going to talk to you guys about, was the Five of Pentacles. And the first time I saw the Five of Pentacles actually, hold on a second. Okay, so here we have from my 2.0 tarot, the Five of Pentacles. And this is typically what you see. Someone being left out in the cold. There's really no door. It's just the stained glass of the church. And then they look like they've been through some stuff. Like the ones on crutches. Their clothes are bedraggled. And I've left it at that. I was like, okay, that's what this card means. It means nothing else, just a feeling of being left out on the cold. Then I bought The Journey of the Sacred Bee. And I saw this card. It's the back. It's gilded in the Five of Disc, or Five of Pentacles. And it's, the keyword on it is worry. And it's a bee going inside the building with the door open. And I'm like, what is happening? To me, this gave a whole new meaning to the Five of Pentacles. To me, this was almost kind of a swords moment, where the swords to me are all about the mind. And in your mind, you're kind of like, well, there's no door in here, especially. There's not even a door. How am I going to get in there? But here we have the door wide open, and all he's got to do is step through. So it's a physical thing, but also it's kind of, to me, kind of a state of mind too. The door is always open. It's us who chooses to close that door or open it. So I love this concept of the door is always open. You just got to step through. You got to take that action to step through it. Or fly through it in this case. But this was the first time I saw something different in the Five of Pentacles. And I'm like, maybe there is a different meaning to this. And I'm going to read you guys what it says in the book here. It's just a little quick blurb. Worry. Mercury and Taurus. Loss of security. A sense of abandonment, alienation, scarcity mentality, failure to recognize the resources available to you. And that's what I took away from this card in this particular deck, is the failure to see that the door is wide open. All you have to do is step through. There is warmth and shelter. You just have to see it. Being offered to you. You just have to see it. And I thought that was an amazing concept with this card. So that's where I started to kind of turn my way of thinking of like, maybe there's a difference in just being left out on the cold. More to it than just being left out on the cold. Then we have the Tarot of the Abyss by Anatorian. And I saw this, and all I could see was this lady here. And there's, once again, standing out in the cold, and you actually see shadows of people, like the lights are on, even though it's a black and white deck. There's glowing here, like it's all lit up to me. And there's here, like it's dark, like there's rooms available. She's not allowing them to come in. And that threw me into a whole other, what is happening? Because to to me, this being left out in the cold here is not for, maybe they're all full up. Maybe the church has no more capacity. But here, they're literally refusing to let them in. Maybe it's this to me threw it into a whole political thing, or I want to say economical point of view from it, because I don't know why I want to say that. That's probably not the word I'm looking for, but it took on a whole new, deeper meaning to me, whereas a societal thing. That's the word I'm looking for. A societal thing. Maybe they don't have the right clothes, or they look so poor that this is a highfalutin place maybe, and they don't want to let this trash in off the street, even though they need help. And so that, to me, threw it into a whole other... I had a very deep reaction to this card when I got this deck. Because you can see here, there's lights here, and it looks like there's people here. It's lit up there. And then there's these two rooms that clearly no one's in. And it's literally, if you can see, almost like they have an angry face almost. They're not letting them in because of one thing or another. And I just threw me into a whole other... Why am I obsessed with this card? Because no matter how you look at it, it's a negative card. So that threw me on this whole weird other tangent of... It's not just that the place is full up. They're refusing to let them in. And that took on a whole new thing for me. And it also made it where... Because the sacred journey of the sacred bee... I felt like this was me, and all I had to do was take the step forward into this forward motion, into this open doorway, for the opportunity that lay ahead. This one almost felt like I was almost sabotaging myself into not going in. And it felt different and much darker, even though it's a black and white deck. It felt even darker than that, like a darker, more sinister thing to me, which this deck does not make me feel that way. This card did. So I thought that was maybe a feeling sorry for yourself kind of concept. And that's what I got out of that. So let me read that quick before I continue to babble. Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles shows two people, their expressions full of grief and pain as they're cast out into the cold. So they are cast out. She's not letting them in. So they're cast out into the cold, unforgiving night. One of them appears unwell, barely able to stand. There is no room for them, and now they must try to find some other place to take shelter. And as you say this, you see these two rooms are dark. Like, these are all lit up, these are dark. So it's almost like it's a lie. They've got room, they're not allowing them in. The Five of Pentacles is a card that implies some form of financial loss or hardship. In some cases, it can even mean illness. And I have had both of those happen to me in the last few months, and that could be why I've been so drawn to the Five of Pentacles lately. Since the Seat of Pentacles deals with the material aspects of life, we need to make sure we're not only looking at the financial aspects, but also physical health. More often than not, this card relates to financial strain. However, make sure you're also paying attention to your physical well-being. Just as you take care of the house that shelters you, your body also needs to be maintained and cared for. And I love that. Again, we're almost at the self-pity stage where there's a self-pity going on. And that's what I was trying to get at earlier. And did you say that? That's the second video I've done tonight where it looks like there's something flying right there and there's nothing there. That's crazy. Like a spirit or a fairy or something. That's crazy. So anyway, that's the second concept I looked at with this card, and I'm like, this one I can just step through. I just have to have the mentality to know that the door is always open. And here I'm literally being thrown out of the warm shelter. So to me, that was two new concepts that I had not thought of before with this Five of Pentacles. Enter the Fairy Pinter Tarot. This deck is, Crazy. It's the backs. So many of the cards in this deck have triggered me, and this is one of them. And this is, I've talked about this deck many, many times. It is the deck I use nowadays for shadow work. It is a dark deck to me. This is one of I think 3 cards in the deck that I'm just like, it gave me chills when I saw it for the first time. Because here you're cast out on purpose. Here the door is open and you go in. And then if you notice, there's actually looks like a little girl sitting in the corner here. Doesn't say that in the book. But there's a drink here. Shoes are kicked off. They've made it into the room. And yet there's still this oppressive feeling of not feeling good enough, of not being wanted or loved or cared for. And I had a very, very hard, deep, painful reaction to this card when I first got this deck and started diving into it. And it's the last few days it's been bothering me, and I'm like, I don't understand why this card affects me so much. And then it hit me Friday, my epiphany moment hit me, because I've been this person before. I've been so down and out that I had nobody. I was literally in a corner with the alcohol, wondering why no one loved me, no one cared for me. I was young. I had just given my daughter up for adoption. I was in a very dark place. And that's exactly what this card, this deck, represents for me, is that moment in time. It literally encapsulated that moment in time where I felt like I had no one or nowhere to go or nothing. And it just struck me Friday that this is why I had such a hard reaction to this card. And so it just made me realize how far I've come since then. That was 27 years ago. 25 years ago this happened. And she was about a year when this happened. She was about a year old, and I still wasn't coping with the fact that I had given her up, that I wasn't going to see her every day. After this moment, my life changed. I chose to walk out of this 5 of Pentacles moment. And see, again, there was another one. I'm getting chills. There was another light stream there. There's no bugs in here, so nothing flying around, so I don't know what that was. If you guys are seeing these, let me know. But this was my aha moment Friday. I was like, why am I thinking about this? And then it hit me. This could have been the exact picture of me 25 years ago in this room. I finally worked my butt off to get into the room, and I still feel like I'm not enough. And that, in a nutshell, to me, is what the 5 of Pentacles means. This feeling of not being good enough, of not being enough for someone else. When in reality, we just have to understand that we need to be enough for ourselves. Forget what everybody else thinks. Forget what everybody else wants out of you. What do you want? What do you need to carry on? And that's the whole point of what the 5 of Pentacles, to me, what I got out of this Friday is, and that's why I've been wanting to do this since Friday, is because it's all been weighing on me. And I'm just like, I've been here. So many people have been here, and it's hard to climb out of this mire, this muck and this mire in this moment. It's hard to crawl out of that and carry on and continue. If I can do it, anybody can do it. But that's what I've gotten out of the 5 of Pentacles here in the last few months, what I'm really understanding about this card. And it just, I am having financial hardship right now. I am having health issues right now. To me, that wasn't the point of the card where I was so interested in it. It was realizing how far I've come since this dark place, since the darkest moment in my life. Yeah. And I just want to share that with you guys. And let me read what the 5 of Pentacles says in the Fairy Picture book. This is published by Low Scare Barrel, so it's not very deep, but it does touch on the card itself, and I open right up to it. A room in disarray with clothes strewn on the floor and signs of heavy drinking. The Five of Pentacles indicates a lack of resources that can be accompanied by feelings of despondency and hopelessness. In a reading, hard times are ahead. This card often appears when we feel as though we are completely on our own, unsupported by the people and institutions we believe would care for us. It is crucial to remember that even though it may not seem like it, we are never completely alone. And when we feel like an outsider in our community, it may be a time to reach out to seek connection and find solace with a new chosen family. Be careful that you are not giving too much of yourself to others. Note the orderliness of the glass and wine. So, and that's exactly how I feel like. When I read this the other day, I'm like, oh my God, this is why. Because everything is in disarray except the booze, the thing that I thought was going to cure me. And it touched very deeply with this card. And that's what I've been seeing in the Five of Pentacles. Those are my three favorites because they made me change my perspective and perception of what the Five of Pentacles is. It's not just about monetary things. It's about this feeling of not being good enough, of feeling like you're lacking or you are lacking for someone else when it's just a matter of you loving yourself. And so I just want to show you guys a few other cards here. This one is the by M.J. Cullinane, The Guardian of the Night Tarot. And I was going to read it, but the Tarot of the Abyss literally said the exact same thing this book says. So I just want to show you it's a little bit different than your typical Five of Pentacles. And then we have the Tarot of Mystical Moments here. Again, a little bit different. You get the building in the background. You get the gist. You get the main feeling of that card. And then I got a few more here. This is the Soul Cats. And that's just adorable. I don't care who you are. That's just cute. And I've always been drawn to the Pagan Otherworlds, Five of Pentacles. There's just this, again, this feeling of desolation in that I, for some reason, have always been drawn to. And now I get it. Because of the Fairy Picture card, I get it. I get why I feel that way toward this card. And then we have, just because I need giggles right now, the, oh my God, Zombie Tarot. It's just, I don't care who you are. That cracks me up. I don't care. If it's supposed to be a dark card or not, I don't care. It's just, it cracks me up. It's hilarious. And then we have, beautiful, beautiful card, Elemental Wisdom Tarot. Gorgeous. I don't know why. I just love this. Much like the Pagan Otherworlds, for some reason, I love the artwork in it. And you can literally feel the rain on her. Like, I've been there too. And then we have the Gaian Tarot also, which I've trimmed and edged. And this one actually makes me feel a little bit different. Instead of being cast out, he found shelter somehow. Some way he found shelter. And I guess that's another takeaway that you could take away from the Five of Pentacles is your home is wherever you are. If you don't feel like you have a home or feel like you belong with someone or to someone, this card kind of makes me feel that home is where you are. Like, you can make your home anywhere, and it's where you're at. So I love that concept in that. But yeah, that is what I wanted to touch on with you guys tonight. I don't know why I felt a strong need to share it. Like I said, this Fairy Picture Tarot card, that was like, I was 20 years old at the time. It was literally the darkest time in my life. And it hit me Friday while I was at work, because everything always hits me while I'm working at work. It hit me Friday, the reason why I had such a strong reaction to this card, because this could have been me 25 years ago. This could have been the same room I was in. Like, it looks the same. There's clothes disheveled. She didn't care about the clothes, but she cared about the alcohol, and it all became very surreal for me Friday of why. And I just want to share that with you guys because I know I'm not the only person that's gone through this. So yeah, I just want to share it with you guys. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And if you guys saw the flyers flying around here, let me know in the comments also. Because I saw a couple going around and there's nothing here flying around. So I don't know what those were. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.